Hello everyone, my name is Vaffimusen. You can call me Vaff or Sarah, either one is fine. So, I want to clarify my intention with this video. This video is not meant as any form of harassment for my former friend. It is simply to clarify any misinformation she has spoken of or written of, because she had said some things about me that simply wasn't true. Like, she had claimed that I didn't feel any empathy for her, which is absolutely completely untrue, considering that I have been her supporter, the person that she could talk to since I've met her. Um, so I feel kind of backstabbed that she would actually tell people that I was unsympathetic for her. I didn't have any empathy for her, and she was basically telling and making it sound like I was just the villain. There's a more backstory to it. The villagers in the background. Um, but yeah, she had, made a private group chat excluding me and invited some people that was still is, I don't know, on her Minecraft realm. I will get into that later, but I just wanted to clarify that she had, made me out to be this bad person, that I have no sympathy or empathy for anything or anyone, which is simply not true. So it all started right with an issue with her brother, her younger brother, which I had contacted her about and say like, hey, your brother has destroyed something I've made, which had been for the Minecraft community, which basically means everyone. And she basically told me she didn't have time to talk to him, and she said that I should ask him why he broke it, so I did. I don't have any screenshots of that because it was in Minecraft global chat and I didn't take any screenshots of that, unfortunately. And so I was telling her he's not answering, like, and I think, I don't know if no, unfortunately I didn't get to that. Um and I did tell her that it's not like I just, just spat out a question to him and then locked off. I asked him why he did destroy the XP farm, and he didn't answer. Where later she had talked to him because I told her that he's not answering. So apparently she had gotten a hold of him, and she claims that he was making food for himself. And this is where I'm calling bullshit, because I saw I had made, to clarify a little bit further, I had made a locator map, because we have had issues on the realm that people were going into other spaces and taking stuff. So I had made a locator map so I could see if anybody went into my base. And so I could see the little arrow for him, since the only people on the realm were him and then me. And and after the question, I could like see the little arrow, run back and forward, so I knew he was still playing. And she said, "Oh, he's making food." I'm like, funny how his arrow then is moving back and forward. Unless you have auto something, I don't believe it. And basically, it's, I don't know if, no, unfortunately we can't see that. And like my friend and we have a bit of back and forward about, I saw him in the XP farm because my base was almost right next to the XP farm, where the XP farm was. So I could see him being in there and going out of it. So when I wanted to use the XP farm, I saw that he had broken it. And so I was telling her, like, there's no mistake on it. Like I had just fixed it from the previous day that somebody apparently as well had broken it. And now it's broken again after he had been in there. And she was like, oh, I've talked to him. He claims that it wasn't him. And I said, well, that's a blatant lie because I've basically seen him go in there and I knew it was fixed. And everything was, like, glass was broken. Several components for the farm was broken. Water was flowing all over the place, so I knew it was him. So I'm telling her I'm calling BS on that. Which she then later tells me, that apparently in her family, her mother builds compulsive liars. So they basically are, well, raised and born and raised to basically lie without any second thought about it. So yeah, it's like it's a stupid excuse, honestly. And I had told her the only thing that I wanted, I couldn't give a flying fuck about him breaking the farm because it can always be rebuilt. I just wanted him to be honest with me and being like, yeah, I broke it, I'm sorry. And he couldn't do that. So that was the issue. And like I was talking to her about it, like I've fixed it so many times now that I've gotten tired of fixing it. And at some point I said I had had enough. I had enough of his shenanigans, his manipulation, his lying, so I basically left the realm and left the Discord server. And she was like, why did you do that? I said, because I'm not comfortable with him being in there. He's basically, lying without any remorse. Like, I've seen him go in there, I know it was him, and he's like, it wasn't me again. And so I was like, yeah, no, I can't deal with that because now I'm uncomfortable. Imagine what other lies he can actually say or tell. Like, he can basically ruin a person's life, and he would not even second guess that. I'm like, so this is also a proof for any some later conversation that I had with, well, her name is Lazarus now, as you can see, as I told before. Where I'm like, it's your realm, and I assume that this was Noah riding through Lazarus, through Roxy's Discord server. Well, I'm like saying it's Roxy's realm, and I assume this was Roxy returning and writing to me then, where she says it belongs to me and another player as well. So I'm like, well, we don't pay for it, so technically it's not us. And she's like, it doesn't matter, you guys are my support system, it's not my realm without you. And this is where she's like, this is where I'm saying it's guilt tripping, because she's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna shut down the realm then and just play on it by myself. And here's the thing, right? I was the only person at that time that had enough and said, yeah, I'm just gonna log off. I'm not going to try and mend anything, any friendship or anything. I was like, I was done. And so where was it? This is where she's like another manipulation trick that I've seen a lot of, because I was raised with a manipulator and she was fucking good. Like, I know some of the tricks because you can't really know all of them, but you can know some of them. And this is like a manipulation trick. Like, you make other feels bad that they're leaving. And she's like saying that there's always other options rather than giving up. So before this, I felt like I have, basically exhausted all of my options. And so I felt like to keep my sanity safe, I had to leave because I could not deal with the manipulations and the constant lying and the constant feeling that I couldn't have any stuff not for myself, but kind of for myself. I couldn't, find blocks and be like, oh, I have them for the next day, because that would be like almost a 90% chance that somebody had taken it. So I choose to leave. And she pulls in manipulation about, oh, it just matters on if you care enough. So I'm like, so you don't think I care? Well, fuck you. And this is also what I would say is a manipulation and as an excuse. So yeah. That's the first time I actually had to say I have to like get off the realm. And after this, I did write to my former friend, that the only reason I would return to the realm is if I were to get to decide the punishment of her little brother. And she was like, "Yeah, sure, you can do that." So I'm like, "Great." So yeah, I decided the punishment for that time was for him to find some armadillos for a new XP farm. And another thing is, which is also explained in this conversation that we are doing now, we had an add-on on that basically prevented any of the normal Minecraft mobs to spawn. And so it made sense for me to say that Noah had to find at least 6 armadillos, because I knew that they wasn't spawning. So I thought, he's going to go look for a very fucking long time for the armadillos. I thought it was an appropriate punishment, because I've tried trying to fight armadillos, and it was a bitch trying to find some. So we had, or rather Roxy had gotten message from other members that normal mobs weren't spawning, and they were like, why aren't they spawning? Why can't we find skeletons? Why can't we find spiders? And so she was like, oh, I don't know, I'm trying to look into it. She didn't really look into it. She would always say that she would look into stuff, but she really didn't do it. And so I decided to look into it, and I found the Discord server for this certain add-on, where I then discovered that it was this add-on that prevented normal Minecraft mobs to spawn. And I had messaged her several times that, hey, it's this add-on, and she didn't listen. When she finally did listen, when enough people complained about it, She's like, okay, we'll remove it, but what about the pets? And I said, well, there's a solution for that. There's another add-on we had on that kind of fixed that. And so we kind of resolved that issue. And she removed that add-on that prevented Minecraft mobs to spawn. And which was great. And normal Minecraft mobs spawned in the dozens, like a tsunami, just to exaggerate a little bit. And another backstory to explain this a little bit harder, a little bit better, is that as a group before we started the realm, we had all agreed that we were going to vote on the difficulty of the world. So we started off as peaceful, and then easy, and then normal. And then at some point, we did have a conversation about at some point the world would be on hard. So it wasn't like, oh, we're just gonna stop on normal. Like, we all knew that at some point the realm was going to get on hard difficulty. So this is also a part of that. So after Roxy had removed the add-on, I went out exploring in this belief that the world was on normal difficulty. And as you can see, I was trying to collect pandas. And first of all, I got almost one hit, or rather 2 hit by a skeleton, which normally just takes, is it 3 or 4 hits, right? Depending on what kind of armor you have on. I had golden boots, golden helmet, and I think it leather tunic, chest plate. It wasn't really a good armor that I had on. But I got shot by a skeleton, and it got me down to 1 heart. And I was trying to heal myself, and I did get full health back. And then I got blown up by a creeper, and I had a shield, and that shield was up, so basically it shouldn't have killed me normally. And so I did message her like, hey, I lost my almost 800 XP by a creeper, and she's like, oof, that's insane. And this is where she's then telling me that the world is on hard. And me asking, why is it on hard? Right? And like, I knew it. I knew the damage from the arrows were too much for it to be on normal mode. And she's like, oh, I don't know, that's the setting it's on. So I'm like, its setting is something you adjust, since you are the owner and the admin of the realm. So it's something that you have to adjust, you have to put. And she's asking me if I think there should be a poll for the world to be on hard difficulty. And this is where she's confirming that no one actually gonna vote for that. And she doesn't really know that. There are some people that would like to have it on hard mode, and some doesn't. And this is why it would have been nice to have a vote, because, you know, if the majority wanted to have it on hard, then it was going to be on hard. So you never know with the vote. But I thought it should have been the option for the members, the community, to decide whether or not it should be on hard. And she kind of took that away from us. Which also said that it's kind of too late to make a vote. And I would have loved to be informed that the world was on hard. Where she then later tells me that it has been on hard difficulty for weeks. Where I'm like, and for weeks we had the bug with the add-on that prevented normal Minecraft mobs to spawn. And then she said, what can I say, I get bored without a challenge. So this is just telling me that she is absolutely disregarding the opinions and the what can you call it, desire, the opinion and the gameplay of the community, and the fact that we had all agreed that it should have been an option for us to vote on it, and she had taken that away from us, where she made a vote about it, and this is her little brother. And she's like, this is where I'm like, because she has already told me that she's basically been raised to become a liar, right? So I'm like, how much is this true, right? And what you don't see is that on the Discord server, I've tried to tell people that it had been on hard difficulty for weeks, and so there wasn't really any point for her to make a vote because she had already decided so. I was able to tell people about it on the realm itself, where I was like, oh yeah, it's been on hard difficulty for months without us ever even knowing it. And they were shocked about that as well, and they were like, this should have been a vote. This should have been something the community should have decided on. And she was like, I need a challenge. I got bored. I need some excitement. And so this is right after I tried to tell people about her already putting on hard difficulty. And to be honest, yeah, I was upset about it because I kind of feel like cheated out, like backstabbed as well, for her to take that option away from not only me but also from everybody else. And this is where I'm like, again, repeating myself, that it's not that I disagree on her putting on it on hard difficulty. It would have it was a fact that she did not inform us that she had done so. And as a right, I can only speak for myself. I played in the belief that the world was on normal difficulty, and she had made a decision that affected basically entire server, because I knew from the conversation from the beginning that some people, including myself, wasn't really fond of playing on hard difficulty. And so it just shows that she has completely disregarded that from her community. And this is why she's, as repeated, where she's like, this is where she's like, it's not too late to start a poll. But it was too late to start a poll, to start a vote, when she has already decided to put the world on hard difficulty. And this is where she's like, she's telling me that she believes that it should have been resolved in DMs. And she's like talking about it was as if she was hiding that it was on hard mode. Not hard mode, but hard difficulty. She was kind of hiding it from us, simply because she knew it was on hard mode, hard difficulty, for months, like 2 months. And during those 2 months, she could have been like, by the way, the world is on difficulty. Sorry for the late notice, right? But she had not done that. Like, not once in those 2 months had she, considered what the community wanted. which is what I also write here, is that it is to inform the world that the world is on hard mode. That basically where I'm like kind of justifying the reason why I'm telling people that it was on hard difficulty. And where I'm like clarifying that she had weeks to tell us about it. And this is where she's like, that just puts me in a negative light. I don't feel like I deserve to be in. Well, you kind of do deserve to be in a negative light, because guess what? Again, repeating, you had weeks, you had 2 months, weeks to tell us that it was on hard mode, and you didn't do it. You neglected your responsibilities. You neglected your community, your members, and you're like, oh, I respect my members. I will always I want to listen to my community, but you don't really, because we were like, we want to vote about it. So it does put you in a negative light that you have decided something that should have been decided by the community, and you took that away from us. She's also claiming that it didn't affect the game at all, and it's like, sure, it didn't affect the game at all because the bug, which I'm like, I asked her if she believes that her members didn't deserve to know that she put on. This is why again, it's showing that she has no regard for any of her community members. She's like, I don't see the importance of telling them something that doesn't affect them at all. No. It does affect them, because it would have been nice to know, especially since we did remove the add-on, that it was on hard mode, knowing that it did go in and prevent the normal Minecraft mobs to spawn. At that point, when she had removed it, this was an opportunity for her, in my belief, to notify us, like, by the way, again, the world is on hard mode, so be more careful, right? And she does disregarding it. This is where she's claiming it wasn't hard, not really, the mobs aren't spawning, again, as I'm repeating. And it was a bug from that add-on, so it does really count. And this is where I'm like, this is the point where I'm like giving up on trying to explain it to her, that like it is not okay to like decide something for community when we already decided that community should vote for something. So yeah. This is, and I'm like, oof. Again, I gave up trying to explain it to her. The issue of her just changing something without notifying us, and I'm like, I was really trying to explain it to her without becoming rude. And this is where she's giving an example where I'm like, you can't fucking do that example. Like, that does not make one single fucking sense. Like, I really don't. That's like getting mad at me for drinking a glass of water that I personally labeled toxic as a joke, and saying I was trying to kill myself. The water isn't toxic, therefore no harm could ever be done. You can't really compare that, because you have a community, like, what the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense regarding the issue. Like, if you want to kill yourself, I mean, don't kill yourself. Obviously, it's not that, but this has nothing to do with the issue of her disregarding the opinion and the wants of a community. Like, if she want a hard mode, make her own world, right? We wanted, and it was agreed on, to slowly, progress to hard mode, and we had just switched to normal mode, and just because she feels like she needs excitement, she changes to hard mode. Again, I know it's her server, but she had a community that she should have respected and asked and talked to. And this is where she's like, well, I'm like, this is where I gave up. Like, and Noah, her little brother, messaged me in the Minecraft's global chat that I should stop messaging her because she was working. And I messaged him, it's like, what the fuck? She's the one who started messaging me. Like, I wasn't even the one who started this entire conversation. She's the one who started it. This is where she's like, this is what is it? Recognizable pattern from Roxy is that if she doesn't get her way, she will often not respond and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I was doing something. So that's a whole other issue that really, ticked me off. Because I was like, you can't just change something when we all agreed as a community that we should vote for it. How long have I been? 31 minutes. Hey. Another issue, and this is related to me exiting the realm. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I exited the realm the 9th of August. I exited the realm, it's the 10th today. And backstory for that is that sometimes I just like to go on Discord on any of the servers, especially at that point, her Discord server, which was called Rainbase, just to see what other people had been posting, like if they posted some funny pictures or something written, anything funny. And I think it was the morning of the 7th, I had tried to get onto the Discord server, and as I got into the app and onto the Discord server, it vanished, it disappeared. So I think, where is it? Yeah. This is where, let's see. Yeah. So this is before that, where she's like talking about, she wants to close down the server for financial reasons and some other reasons, the inactivity and disappearing of certain members. And she's like telling, even though it doesn't cost that much, she doesn't have a job, so it at some point her money will run out. And this is where, again, going to the beginning where I stated that she had claimed that I had no sympathy or no empathy for her. I was like, the decision is yours in the end, and if you by chance want to start back up again, I'm like saying, I don't, it is her decision in the end. And this is where I again, am supporting her and being there for her and being like, so there's no rush or pressure. It's okay if you want to close it down or wait for better times. As you said yourself, you have other things you want to focus more on and other things that takes more of your time. It is your mental health, but also health in general, that is important. And if you think that closing down the realm is the best thing for you, then you should do it. Health comes first. So apparently, I don't give a fuck about her. So what is this? What is me doing here showing support for her losing her job and becoming worse in her mental health? Like, she wasn't in a good place, right? So if this isn't support, if this isn't sympathy, if this isn't empathy, I don't know what the fuck that is, right? So she had told me that she would have closed it down temporarily just to get a break because she was, again, not in a good place, which I was like, totally understand. If you need a break, take a break. People from your the community would absolutely understand it. And so after that conversation, I waited a few days and I went into the realm and I was able to go in, and I was like so confused because, again, she had talked about closing it down. So as you can see, I messaged her about it privately. If she hadn't shut it down, it's just like she had just, I think she had just paid for it by accident. I don't know. She was going to make a new announcement on the Discord server. At that time, she hadn't cut any contact from the Discord server, so she made the announcement that it was still open for the month of August. Yeah, the month of August. But she wasn't going to be as hands-on, which I was like, fine. It's like, okay, is it okay? Fine. I mean, support, you do whatever you want. Like, if you need time off, you take time off. And I've told her that before, like, even in voice chat, like, if you at some point feel like you need to take a break, you can take a break. Absolutely, community would understand it. And we would, rooting for you to get better. And so, since I knew that she also had just lost her job, I was asking her if it was okay financially for her. And she then tells me that if she doesn't get a job, this would be the last, right? So this is where I'm like, ooh, okay. This again is here where I'm thinking about her. I'm trying to be a good friend. And I found some links or some TikTok videos. Now, before I proceed any further, I think if you don't have a lot of money and you want to earn more from a side hustle, you should definitely, there's 3 links, 3 videos. You should absolutely go to these creators. This is what I would say is the easiest guiding into that. They explain pretty well on how you should apply to this side hustle, this job, and what it is, and they're really doing a really great job at like helping people to actually get some more money if they're struggling a bit. So I'm sending her, like, as you can see, like, it's a fucking lot, right? It's not just like, oh, it's like a few dollars, right? It's a lot, right? She could live well for this, right? Even this. Like, these creators are absolutely amazing. I would say if you ever feel like you need a little, as it says, side hustle, you want to earn a little bit more, you should go and check them out again. They explain it in simple ways on how to apply to it. And it's amazing. Simply amazing. So, if you want some more money, go to these creators, like the videos, and absolutely, have fun, right? Saying that, right, we are done with the videos right now. I do know that sometimes it is embarrassing to, like, talk about you don't have enough finances, you don't have enough money. It can be a bit embarrassing to admit that you're struggling. So I apologize to my former friend if I was overstepping some boundaries, and as I don't have any, problems admitting it. Um, when I was just moved away from home, I actually didn't have a lot of money. I was actually struggling. I wish that I had these videos to actually help me. I didn't. Luckily, I had parents that were able to help me and wanting to help me. So in that department, I am actually quite blessed for that. But again, I'm saying I know how hard and stressful it is to worry about money. And she's like, you're okay. She's just busy. And I'm like, great. I knew she had a few situations that she wants to take care of and wants to, like, prioritize. And so I'm like changing the conversation, right? So I had made a farm to get the newer music disc, the Lava Chicken music disc, and I got that twice. And she's like, "Oh, nice." And so this is on the 7th, where, as I told before, I had gone on Discord in the morning and wanting to see if somebody had posted anything funny and some funny pictures or funny jokes or something, just to have some take some time off. And the server just disappeared, like, poof. I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck is happening? What is wrong? So I messaged her like, hey, did you delete it? Did you remove it? What happened? Because I knew she had been under a lot of stress lately. This is why she's then telling me that, yeah, she has removed everyone from Discord. I don't know if she had deleted this Discord, but she has removed everyone from Discord. So this is where I'm being the evil bitch. I don't care about her. I don't give a fuck about her. I'm definitely not asking if it isn't going well finding a job, or if, I don't give a fuck about her stressing out on being a Discord admin. I don't give a fuck about her. It's obvious, right? This is where she then tells me that she didn't feel good, and she didn't feel like dealing with the server anymore, dealing with the people on the server. Right? So, here I am, being the bitch again, not being understanding, not being a good friend. I'm definitely not saying it is okay to create distance from things that when you don't feel good. I'm in general just being a dumb bitch. So yeah. Uh, Jokes on side. So I'm asking her, is there going to be a realm? And she's like, she doesn't know. I'm like, okay, I know sometimes she can be overwhelmed um, by the different kind of situation. I'm not going to delve into the other situation. I've already spoken about her, being unemployed, struggling a bit financially. And so I'm like, again, I'm like, I'm understanding if it's not going to be there. It can be stressing to have that responsibility on top of some other unfavorable situations, which she has told that she has been experiencing. So she doesn't really respond to that. So I was like, okay, I'm being supportive. And then on the 8th, she messaged me if I could give her the dragon egg, right? So here's my a bit my on my part of mistake is that I don't always like read. I just skim. So what I saw was she's asking me if I could give her the dragon egg. I was like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. That was my intention all along, When we had fought the dragon, you asked me to get the dragon eggs because you didn't really understand on how to get the dragon egg. And so I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. And when I got the dragon egg, you ran by me and I messaged her in the global chat on the Minecraft world if she didn't want the egg, and she's like, no, you can hold on to it for now. And so going back, I was like, it was my intention to give you the egg, and then I reread it, and I saw that she had removed the access for everyone except this person, but she can grant me access again. So here's what I got from that is that she has, as I said before, she has removed all access to everybody else. She probably forgot that I had the egg, remembered it, and being like, oh shit, I fucked up. Sarah does have the egg. I better message her. And then she's telling me that she's thinking of making the realm that the community had been on as a family run. Whatever that meant. Right? When I read it, I was like, whatever that meant. And she was like, I hope I get the egg, because she never did. I was like, sure, absolutely, no biggie, right? I understand that you want the egg because you never really had gotten egg before. And then she's like, yeah, coordinate some time where I could give her the egg, right? So I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely. I don't know when I'll be on today. At this time, it's like the 9th of August, right? She's like messaging me at almost midnight. Like that's like half an hour till midnight when she messaged me this. I was asleep, so. And so I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. I don't know when I will be on today, but I'll be on tomorrow for sure, which basically is today. And she's like, alright. So this is where my curiosity got the better of me. So I'm like, what does she mean with family run? Just out of curiosity. And she's like, I just meant for her family. She meant for her family. So it's some of her younger family members and her siblings is allowed to play on the world, from my understanding, on the world that we have been on. Which actually does concern me, knowing that Noah is also her younger siblings. And knowing from previous experience of Noah is that he can be, how to put it nicely and politely, not the very best player. Like, he will take stuff and he will not return them. For example, in the message where you saw that I had gotten the lava chicken music disc, I had actually put it as a test. I put it on the Discord server. I put it on the Realm storyline. I did also message, as you can see, I messaged Roxy privately. And I knew that Noah was able to see it, and the day after I had posted that I gotten a disc, I saw that somebody had been in my base, and I went to the storylines, and I saw that it was Noah, who was the only one that was on. So I knew it could only have been Noah. So what I had done is that I had taken a picture of the disc in an item frame, which was viewable and not accessible, but it was definitely viewable. And so it was kind of like a test, and he honestly failed it, but I think he kind of, because I had removed the disc after that. Like, I had put it into my ender chest. So, going back to this, is that I was so confused about the fact that she wants to make it available for her family. But she hadn't removed this person. So I was asking her why this person hadn't been removed. And she told me that it was because she wanted to take pictures before she leaves. I'm like, why would she leave? Well, I do know why she would leave, but that's another can of worms. And then I asked if she's going to supervise them, her siblings and younger family members. The reason why I'm asking if she's going to supervise them, and in the group chats that she has excluded me from, you can see that she's saying that she's not worried about them griefing her base, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your base. I'm thinking about my base and everybody else's base. Knowing Noah's character, and I don't know your other sibling's character, but I would assume that it's kind of the same. I don't feel comfortable about it, but she's not answering it to me. Right, so she just answered the question about this person. So I was like, okay. So I messaged her, because in previous conversation I had with Roxy, I thought we had an agreement of that we have to be honest with each other. And so I wrote an honest, message to her that it's not fair that she's closing down the realm only to let her, as I wrote, siblings on it, but there's also younger family members. And people have spent hours on there building some amazing builds. So it feels like a kick in the guts for her to just basically deny access to it. And again, here's where I'm like I'm being understanding for her. I'm having sympathy for her. I'm having empathy for her. It's like, I understand that you have some situations that you want to deal with first, and you did warn us that you might close it down if your financial situation wasn't fixed. But closing it down without any warning isn't really okay, as you have basically done for the members except your siblings. So I'm like, I don't know what is going on with you at this moment, because I don't. I tell her that I was confused not only by the Discord server vanishing, but she has also blocked any access to the realm. And this is where I'm like, I'm still being polite and said, don't get me wrong, she will get the egg, but I'm not very happy with this situation. So this is where I'm like saying, she's again disregarding any of the issues that I have wanted to talk to her about and I've made her aware of. She's like, whenever you get on, if I'm not on, you can just put the dragon egg in the chest outside my house or something. No one will steal it. Like, first of all, Noah will steal it. Like, it is a known character for him that he will steal it, right? Sorry to say this, but, like, come on. He had done it before, he has done it, and he will probably do it again, so I don't trust him, and several other members doesn't trust him. So I'm like, disrespecting. She's not really acknowledging any of these situations that I'm trying to make her aware of. She's disregarding the work that not only I but other members had put into that realm. So I'm like, sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Since she had removed me as a member of the realm, I no longer have any obligation for the said realm, and the dragon egg will stay in my ender chest, and I will not return to it. And it's the consequences of her actions. Of, she decided that she was going to remove us. She had like weeks, like I think we had like days, maybe 2 weeks, a week, 2 weeks, maybe, where she could have said and talked about getting the dragon egg, and she hadn't done that. But no, she would rather talk about anything else. So she's like, she's not trying to mess with anyone or destroy creation. I'm like, I don't know where the destroy of creation is coming from. I haven't said anything about any destruction of any creations. She is messing with people because she has basically denied any access to the realm. Well, she doesn't have that now. She, according to her, if it's true what she's saying, considering that she has told herself that she's raised a liar, so I don't really honestly trust her any longer. She just doesn't have the capacity to oversee a realm with other people who are always complaining about something. Another thing about it is that, as far as I know, nobody has been complaining about anything. Since she had removed some newer members of the realm that were creating kind of problems within each other, to each other. Like, they were friends and they were like hit each other, grieve each other, even though grieving it wasn't allowed, it was illegal on the realm. They were grieving each other, like they were friends, they were joking each other, they were. So I don't know what complaining it is she's talking about after they had disappeared. Unless she's talking about the complaining of her brother constantly being at another member's base, which this other member had repeatedly told, not only to me but also to her, that he is not comfortable with Noah being there, and she has disregarded that as well. So yeah, that's just nice. She's like, if it's strictly family, I don't have to worry as much. And like, yeah, I don't trust your family. And then she's doing the, I just have too much going on right now, especially because my mom has lost a job. I just want to be stress-free. So do I. I want to be stress-free as well. And you're giving me, like, not anxiety, but fucking stress, right? Like, all of this, right? And she's like, my life just got 10 times harder. Like, yeah, take a cracker. I'm sorry. But at this point, right, I've had enough. Like, I had belief that we had gotten at some point in our friendship that we was able to talk to each other, and she had not communicated to me at all of any of this. Like, if she had further down in the conversation, she's gonna claim that she had sent me some message somewhere, but as you can see, we are directly on Discord right now, that she had not messaged me at all about any kick reason or leave reasons or whatsoever. Well, I'm like, I'm standing on my decision. I'm standing firm on my decision, and this is consequences of her actions. And she's like, why should I have consequences for relieving my stress? Like, no one had done anything on the realm. Like, we were basically, like, most people were inactive, so I don't know what kind of problems that should have been on your realm, unless it was Noah, since he was basically the only one who had been active, somewhat active on the realm. And I had also been active on the realm with some pauses between the activity. And as I told her before, if he minds his business, I will mind my business. I don't give a fuck about him being on the realm, as long as he leaves me and my base alone, which he as well had not been able to. So that's just great. And this is where she's claiming that I'm stealing the egg. I said I did not steal the egg. I wanted to give it to her right after the fight, but she told me to hold on to it. So it is her fault that she fucked up. And I'm like, I have no longer any obligations to that realm. Like, she did not give me any, like, warnings. She had just removed everybody from the Discord server. She had removed everyone from the Minecraft realm. And it just completely disregard to everyone. And this is where she's like, I've already talked to everyone. I gave them all heads up. No one is upset about losing this stuff or anything. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that is bullshit. Because I would be upset about losing my stuff. I know the other member who's uncomfortable with Noah being at his base is uncomfortable with losing his stuff. I would imagine that another member is uncomfortable about losing this stuff. And she's like, I've talked to everyone individually because I do have respect for my members. Obviously not, because then you would have had this conversation with me prior to removing access to the Discord server. And she's like, I can't oversee something like this now. Well, too fucking bad. So I'm like, it's funny. This is the two other members, and they don't know anything. And this is where she's claiming, like, she sent all a leave message, and she's claiming that this member hasn't even played. And I was like, well, that's a lie, you know. Well, not a lie, but he would rather play other games than deal with the BS from her realm. So I'm telling her that I did not get any message, and that she just told me that she had removed everyone. And she's like, I literally talked to you, but I sent one to everyone. I don't know why y'all didn't get it. So I was like, no heads up. I can send you screenshots of the very beginning of our conversation, where you said that where she said she had removed everyone. I wanted to make it a family run. And she's like, I put it in the kick reasons. I literally sent it to everyone. So before I go further, right, this is the pictures of the inboxes from the realm, from Minecraft, right? And she's claiming she sent it to everyone, right? It's a kick reason. And I'm like, there's nothing here. Like, so if she sent it to everyone, right? Why didn't I get anyone? I asked this person about it. I asked this person about it. I asked another person about it, another member about it. And they were all like, yeah, we haven't gotten anything. So, and here again, she's like, trying to guilt trip me again for standing firm on, you know, I'm not accepting the treatment and behavior, the disregard, the disrespect that she has shown, right? Because as you can see, I had, like, we are scrolling through our conversation right now, and you can see that there is no point in time that she had sent a kick message, a kick reason, or leave message. This again is like like a guilt trip, a manipulation tactics that she had done so many times before, right? She did this on the previous server that we were a member of, where the owner of this had gotten enough of her shenanigans, and the owner had blocked her and removed her, banned her from the server. Where she's like, no, don't. I just got attached. I got so attached. I love my builds. My life isn't, going so well. I'm having it rough. My finances, yada, yada, yada. And as soon as that, guilt tripping didn't work, she was like, oh, I don't give a fuck about it, right? She's saying that to the owner, I don't give a fuck about it. While she's messaging me that, oh, I can just, I just need to, if I can't get up back on, like, I could just end it, like, suicide. Where I'm like, please don't, you can find somewhere else. It's just a game, and so it's just another proof that, I'm, trying to be there for her. I'm trying to support her and be a good friend. And so I'm like telling her, she's like, it's completely fair for her to get rid of any unnecessary stressor. True, absolutely, right? So, in my opinion, any unnecessary stressor, as we had the conversation of before, is people who have complained a lot. And I have messaged her a lot about people going to me, even though I'm not admin, about issues that I cannot fix since I'm not an admin. So, in my eyes, I am one of the stressors. Like, in my opinion, right? And she did remove me. And she did not contact me about it. So I must have been one of the unnecessary stressors. So yeah. And she sent me, I don't know if it was for this, but she sent me like a voice recording. I'm not going to play it because it is 2 minutes and we already is like a little bit over an hour into this video. This is where I'm kind of repeating myself in this conversation that, I'm not budging. She removed me, so I really don't have anything more to say. And I was like, you can honestly say what you want about me stealing the egg. It's not that she's claiming I'm stealing the egg that I have an issue with. It's the fact that she is claiming and telling people that I at any point have any empathy for her, that I have not cared about her, when, as people, hopefully you can see that I have several messages telling her it's okay if you want to take a break, do take a break. It's your health that is important, And this is where she hits me with another tactic. This is a manipulation tactic, and I've seen it before. The family member that is a manipulator have done this, so I know this. And she's like, honestly, expected more from you. It's saddening. So I'm like, bitch, I can do the exact same thing to you. So I'm like, as you can read, I expected more from you too. I hoped I was a person you could talk to, and yet you do things without telling me or other members. I am disappointed. Hope your life goes the way you want it. And she's like, that's the whole point. It's literally not. Like, who can fix it? I can't. I can, like, try and help you, sure, absolutely. But the fact that I had sent you 3 links to 3 videos that had multiple opportunities for you, and you're completely disregarding it, you're blowing that away. Like, you just completely disregarded it. Like, you just said, I don't give a fuck. You had an opportunity to fix your financial struggles, and you didn't do it. So, that misery is your own doing. So, And then she's like, what part I can't see a doctor anymore, do you not understand? Like, bitch. Like, why would you... No. And then she claims that I'm upset about my bills. I'm not upset about the bills, right? Right? It's the fact that she has removed me and others. And this is just a repeat of a conversation. At that point, I forgot about her boyfriend, her girlfriend, because they are... What is it? What's it called? Poly? Yeah. Her brother and there's a friend. But it's still... She's still missing half of the members of the realm that hasn't gotten a message. Now, I haven't contacted this person about it, so I can't say for sure. But I know this member has said that he didn't get it. He sent me screenshots of it. And here she is again claiming that she wrote everything out in the kick message, so she doesn't know. I said, it's fine, I have nothing else to say. And then she's like, whatever, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. I'll remove my nephew and re-add everyone. I'm like, that does not make it better. Like, the damage has already been done. I am done with the disrespect, the disregard, the time and effort, the hours I had put in, not only to be supportive towards her, but trying to help her out. Not only in private, but also in the realm matter. And this is typical, behavior. It's a pattern from her where she's like, I don't want to argue. I just want this whole thing gone. Like I've lost count of how many times I've seen this. Not in the exact words, but want this whole thing gone is definitely a repeating pattern that she's writing when everything is not going her way. So I'm like, again, I'm standing, firm on my decision. I'm not rejoining. Have fun, I'm out. And this is where we are at the end. At the line of message where she's like, she's accusing me of bullying her into submission. It is, if I were bullying her, absolutely it is sad and petty. But at no certain point was I like bullying her. I'm just stating the fact that I'm not joining. I'm not saying, oh, if you don't do this, I'm not joining. I'm rejoining only if you are doing this. I'm standing firm on my decision of rejoining. So it's not bullying her. I'm just stating facts that I am not rejoining, and that is my final decision. It's what I'm going to do. And then she's like, "You aren't my mom. You can't just say that's final, and expect me to waver." I don't. Fuck. This is where, if you remember a previous conversation where she claims that the realm belongs to everyone, not just her. It belongs to me. It belongs to another member called Eric and everyone else. This is where she's like, it belongs to the realm, not you. Well, it is the act she's talking about. And when it reopens and a member don't have access to it, I will make sure to tell them why. So this is where I'm have enough of the manipulations and the guilt tripping. So I was like, you know what, fuck you, I've never bullied you, and the fact that you're accusing me of doing so is absolutely disgusting. I guess Bo is the owner of the previous server, the previous realm, was right about you after all. No, I'm not your mother, and thank the fucking gods for that. For that. Thank the gods for that, because I would absolutely hate having a daughter like you. coming back, and I get a screenshot of the the messages she had written in that Discord group chat that she had made, excluding me. And she did not explain it to me that she removed everyone. She just told me that she had, removed it. It was later she told me, but I can't deal with it. She just gave me, I'm removing everyone. And this is so typical for her. This is a manipulation tactic to feel pity for her. Because I'm like, there's consequences behind the actions that she had done, right? And I did tell her, yes, I'm letting my siblings play on it. For the last month of the subscription is active because I don't have to supervise my siblings. I'm not too worried if they steal from me. This is what I was talking about, her not, worrying about them stealing from her, but them stealing from everyone else. So that is the issue that I had when I asked her if she was going to supervise them. And this is where she, like, I didn't mean to pay for this month, and she doesn't really have any money. I was like, I canceled my subscription for the Realm before I paid, so. And at no certain point did she tell me that she wanted to reopen the Realm and she got into a steady job flow. Like, I was the one who told her, like, hey, how about, stop paying for it, and then when you get into a more secure financial stability background or whatever, you can reopen it. But at the same time, so I'm not going to take the disrespect. It's like, I don't want anything to do with Sarah anymore if she keeps like acting like this. I'm like, then don't. And this is where she seems to have no empathy for the fact that I'm close to homelessness. It's not even funny, my mom was the only one working in my household and she lost her job. So me sending you links, bitch, to get jobs, and you completely disregarding it, was nothing. Yeah, I don't have any empathy for you. I don't have any sympathy for you. I am completely heartless bastard that I had not asked if you were okay. I had not told you it's okay to take a break. I had not asked you or told you that if you feel like you need to close it down to get into a better place, then it would be okay. Of course I haven't said that at all. Like, I am a heartless bastard, apparently, So this is honestly just a guilt trip. This is where another manipulation tactics that I've seen her done so many times. Like, she couldn't honestly care about Minecraft when I'm fighting for survival. She used this as well, not in exact words, but she said that she doesn't care about, Minecraft. She would rather focus on everybody else. But at the same time, she's like, oh, can't you talk to Bo? Could you please talk to Bo? I just want to take pictures of my bills. I just want to get back in just for pictures. Like, constantly. I'm like, no, he already said no. I'm not going to ask him any further because I don't want to be getting, into a bad spot with him, right? And she's like, appreciate all of you and your creativity brought to this server. She doesn't really appreciate it. She doesn't give a fuck about everybody else, because if she did give a fuck about everybody else, she would have asked for our vote for changing it into the hard mode. and she wouldn't put restrictions. Like, she's like, you can't build a big build. Like, I'm giving you freedom, but you're not allowed to do big builds. So that's contradicting, right? It's contradicting. It's that she's giving the freedom of imaginations, but we can't do any big builds. And I told her that would have been nice before, knowing that before I did my base, because it is a pretty large build. It's like, oh, I didn't want to stop your creativity, right? So I'm like, but you're still bitching about it, right? This is like, I can't justify reopening a server every time I need a break from someone is going to give me consequences, as Sarah stated. This is where I'm like, fuck yeah. So why is your brother, who stole from me in the past and did various bad things on both server, playing? Right. No answer. Because she knows it's fucking true. Because all of this, right? All of this is a manipulation tactic for her to get sympathy from everyone else. Right? This is another member, as you probably have seen. I did ask him about, if he... I did tell him that the access to the realm has been removed. And we had a little conversation about it, where I sent him screenshots about what Roxy had said to me, because it was too much to write down. It was easy just to screenshot everything and then send it to him, so nothing were be misunderstood and misinterpreted. He's like, she was messaging about it, and I was just like, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because I haven't really participated, because I've been dealing with my own stuff. And I told her sorry, but that I don't seem like I care, because I had so much on the plate. And he did message me that as well, and I was like, yeah, I understand that. You have stuff you have dealt with. This again. This is just a manipulation tactics. Then I'm really sorry if I sound upset with you guys. I'm not really upset with any of you. I'm just stressed overall. I was trying to go out and do something fun just to feel better, and she messaged me this, and I just don't feel great right now. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. I messaged her. I was trying to be honest, and she did not even acknowledge that I was not comfortable. I was not happy about the fact that she had denied. She had basically kicked everyone off the realm, and there were no messages about it prior to this. Like, she had not talked to me. I knew she was talking about she would maybe, if her financial situation hadn't gotten better, she would have maybe. But then again, she had told us that we had the entire month of August to still play, because by accident. So yeah. It is safe to say that I have, well, at this point I have lost any sympathy because I've gotten sick and tired of her trying to manipulate and guilt trip people into feeling sorry for her, because that is what she's been doing. And she's like, where was it? So I just read this, so that's apparently several times I've tried to make issues. I have not. I've lost count of how many times I've contacted her privately instead of making it public. So now I'm making it public that I do have issues with her being an absolute miserable person, because that is what she is. She's claiming that I have not supported her. She's claiming that I am this lousy human being that has no empathy for her and her situations, when previous messages, I have multiple times told her that I would understand. So yeah, she has failed fabulously in being an owner of a realm and a Discord server, and she has failed fabulously in being a friend. And it is to no wonder and no Sherlock that she's losing support groups, she's losing support, she's losing friends, because she's too busy to trying to guilt trip people into feeling bad for her. Like, millions of people out there are in same situation and they don't bitch about it. They're trying to fix it. And here she is trying to guilt trip people into doing it. Like, she's trying to guilt trip people into feeling sorry about her situation when the situation hasn't really changed at all for her, because she, in my opinion, refuses to fix it. Like, she's sitting there and being like, oh, woe is me. I have anxiety, I don't feel good, I have lost my health insurance, I have lost my car insurance, I can't even go to the gym. Like, who can fix it? Like, I have given you something on a fucking golden platter for you to earn some easy money so you can afford shit. But no, you're too busy guilt tripping, manipulating, trying to make people feel bad. This is not the first time, and this will not be the last time that she has done so. People need to know this. People need to see that this is pattern from her. I regret that I had not listened not only to Bo, but to other people who had advised me to cut any contact with her, because she is only problem. She cannot recognize that she is doing her own misery, and she's not taking accountability for that. She's like, it's me because I'm trying to help her, I'm trying to be supportive, and when I'm finally had enough of this, because I can only do so much. Like, I have a life my fucking self. I can't go around with holding her in her fucking hands and being like, come on, Roxy, come on, let's go find a job. Let's get you into therapy. Let's get you started on something. Thank the fucking gods I'm not her mother, because I would have gotten an abortion. Oh, no, I scratch that. I'm being mean. So that's the situation. She decided to remove all access. No prior notice. No warning. No nothing. And now she's playing the victim. And I'm done. She's now, hopefully, but I don't think so, dealing with the consequences, because she would not get it. She would not understand it. So yeah. This is a situation with me cutting all contacts with a former friend. And me stopping to actually care, because I've done so much for her. Like, I've been there for her since day one, actually. Like, I was the one who told Bo, the owner of the previous server, so, hey, let's calm down. Let's have a calm conversation. How about you just take some time apart from her, from each other? How about you don't talk to her for like a few days? Like, calm down, both of them. And I've been on her side when she was right, and I've tried to have a conversation with her and trying to explain to her what she's done wrong when she had been wrong. The problem is that she does not get it in her thick skull when she had been wrong. So this is where I'm like putting my line. I'm drawing the line in the sand. I don't want to waste any more time dealing with her and her constant unnecessary guilt trip, manipulation, and drama. That is all. Goodbye. Bye bye.